What's going on, everybody? We got a watch party. So excited. What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Saturday. It's a good day to chill back, relax, have a watch party. What's going on, Miss Independent? Hey, all in the gang. How you doing? You can see me. Well, I know. I got green screen and lighting and everything. Look at God. Won't he do it? Hey, God, good. How you doing? Hope you had a good week. Hope you guys had a good week. It's the weekend. What's going on, Raph? As y'all come in, please make sure you guys hit the like button. We got a watch party to do for Nature Boy and Carbonation, y'all. This show is it bouncing? Something bouncing? What's moving? Something is bouncing up and down? No. It look like something bouncing up and down. It shouldn't. Y'all, we got a green screen. Everything's still on my end. I'm moving. Oh yeah, I'm moving. But nothing else should be moving. What are you seeing on your end? Yeah, see, I'm moving. Yay! That's it. Just me moving. Yeah. All right, cool. Listen, y'all ready? We got some Nature Boy, 2 episodes of the Carbonation series. Shout out to Hood Horrors TV. We're going to be checking out Ralph Mars, what's happening. As you guys come in, make sure you hit that like button. And then this evening, we're going to be doing a live stream on Candace Owens. And then tonight, for members only, we're going to be watching Superman 2025, you guys. That is going to be awesome. I've been holding off on, wanting to watch that movie. And so I finally get the chance to watch it. Finally just have a day to chill and relax, and we can see this movie, y'all. I'm so excited. So if you're not a member, become a member. Get your membership. We'll be watching the new Superman 2025 movie by James Gunn, and with no interruptions or anything. I'll have to pause it in between, but I'm so excited. So that's going to be our movie night in the members only channel. I think that's what we'll be doing in the members only, is just hanging out, checking out some movies, checking out some good shows and stuff like that, doing watch parties there for things that we can't put on the main channel because it won't get monetized. So this is that. But as the memberships grow, of course, then I have to start cutting and doing whatever to try to get it monetized. But for right now, I'm not worried about it. I just want to be able to hang out with you all. There's a $25 goal for the live stream that goes towards the expenses. You guys can see what it's going towards. We got 2 new lighting. We have the green screen. We in the process, I'm looking for a bigger desk. So once I pick one out, I'll put it in the wish list, and you guys can see what we're aiming towards. And as far as improving the equipment here in the studio, and I'm excited. I call it the $500 studio. I'm excited. So I'm just happy with the lighting and the green screen, but I do need a bigger desk that is more of a mobile unit, so that I can kind of maneuver around, because I'm one where I'll stand up in a hot minute, Now I want to be able to raise up. This desk does go up, but it needs to be a little wider. I need something just a little bit bigger to hold all of the lamps and the laptop. And then I have a mic and I have a keyboard I need to use. So I need something that can really hold all the equipment here and still kind of have it like a mobile desk. So these are the things that, we're upgrading in the studio here in the LLC. And we are one member away. Did we hit the 28,500 yet? So if you have not subscribed, please, we've hit it. Y'all, we're at 28,500. That means we are exactly 1,500 people away, supporters away from hitting 30,000. And that is such a blessing. And this has been a goal that I've been pushing since what, May, April? And so it's October and we're finally seeing it. We're finally seeing, the blessing of more Lucksters coming into the LLC. So I'm so excited. Thank you all so much for the support. Thank you all for joining the LLC. I appreciate it. I don't know if Miss Independent's still in here saying I'm moving, but hopefully you guys can see me and it's looking good. Hey, Francisca. So shout out to Hood Horrors. I'm gonna put his YouTube channel link in the chat, or for the video rather, so you guys can check out his channel. He has concluded his series on Nature Boy and carbonation. And he's going to be moving on. I think he's going to be going to Brother Polite next. So that is going to be something interesting. So you're going to want to, tune in to his series. He's a fantastic content creator. I've been trying to get him on to interview him for a while. I told him he doesn't have to turn on his camera or anything, but in due time it will happen. But either way, you guys, we're going to go ahead and check out episode 17 and then 18, and then that will be this live. And of course, you guys tune in for the Candace Owens live stream coming up. You're not gonna want to miss, okay? You're not gonna want to miss. So what's going on, Manny? Shout out to my my mods here. I have some fantastic mods, best mods on YouTube. So thank you so much, Manny, for tuning in. How you doing? And we got our show tonight in the members only. So you guys get your membership so you can watch Superman. I'm already ready. I got my cape. I'm excited. Supergirl. Yeah, I'm a huge geek like this, okay? Let me be a geek. I'm so excited. All right, let's get to it. Y'all put a 1 in the chat if you can see and hear. Everybody speak to everybody. He probably gets targeted a lot, so he doesn't want to show himself. Yeah, and I can understand that. I don't want to put him out there, especially if he might not be big on doing interviews. But it's always just a pleasure to be able to speak with people who are so creative, and the way he's put these series together is unparalleled. All right, so yeah, I got my cape. Yeah, y'all, we got Superman coming up tonight. What's going on? Everybody speak to everybody. All right, let's go. Let's get to it. As you guys come in, hit that like button. Thank you so much for the support. 28,500 Lucksters are rocking with me here in the Lady Luck Club, and I am so grateful and appreciative for it. Let's go.
Previously on the rise and fall of Nature Boy and carbonation.
Breaking news: the Reptilians compound, Eligio Bishop, Nature Not, his compound has been raided. Women and children have been removed. A big up to Mr. Marquez, which is Velvet's father. He has to do with this. Phenomenal work. Good job to Fundifi's been Fundifi's been behind the scenes doing her ancestral, wonderful what we call Jongage.
Pop said that they took all of Carbonation's phones and computers for evidence. They took all of Carbonation's phones and computers for evidence. Woo!
I know, right?
Shit done got real. Shit done got real.
Show 17.
Shortly before getting raided, a new member had joined Carbonation. She came to be Pisces Direct. She'd been following Carbonation for about 6 months.
I ain't living off the land,
and
and
had
they
even cut her
groceries
hair when the group cut their hair for Eliana. Nature Boy would first introduce her while the group was out grocery shopping.
They want to meet you. They never met you
Look at
before.
it.
Tell me your name and
Yeah,
all
they
that.
grocery shop.
Sunny Delight. Yo, that's what it is.
Similar to many other members that had joined Carbonation, Sunny had joined with an STD. She believed in Nature Boy's teachings that diseases were all in the mind. And simply by getting closer to nature and eating the right foods,
I told you
no
that
disease
STD.
could exist in the body. Not long after joining Carbonation,
It's so
her and
gross.
Pice would go live while at the beach. She would tell the online Carbonation followers that she had been cured.
I want to give thanks to the most honorable Master Chief Eligio by nature for enlightening us.
Spirit of what?
You know, so I can share this knowledge with you guys.
Facts.
Today I want to talk about this ease and what it is. This ease is only your body not being at ease.
Right.
I want to talk about a dis-ease that I was diagnosed with. What is it called? Trichomyosis.
It doesn't even have a name.
It doesn't even have a name.
It's made up. It's all mental.
And when I was in Babylon, I was so stressed out about it too.
What?
And I had discharges that was green and
Talk about it.
and you know, pain in my stomach, my lower abdominal.
Right.
And you know, it was a lot of things going on down there. I started eating differently and had a clear mind, clear thoughts, and was a lot.
This girl had trichomoniasis. It is a commonly sexually transmitted infection caused by the parasite Trichomonas vaginalis. It is primarily spread through vaginal, oral, or anal sex and can also be transmitted through genital touching. Symptoms may include itchiness, unusual discharge, and genital irritation, although many people do not exhibit symptoms. Trichomoniasis is easily treatable with antibiotics, but it can recur if partners are not treated simultaneously. This is what she had. It's a parasite. What do you mean? It's not a big deal. What do you mean? It's an infectious disease that easily spreads by even touching. What do you mean? Yeah, they were spreading this amongst each other because they were sharing the women and sleeping around. Y'all, you can't make this up. I'm gonna put the link in the chat so y'all can see this because I'm just sitting here like I know darn well she didn't say it's like it's not a big deal. It's a very big deal. This is one of the many STDs they came to this cult with. Exactly. This is one of the STDs they came to this cult with. Like she came into the cult with this STI. You had a couple came there with syphilis. I think later on it's mentioned something about either was it gonorrhea, chlamydia, because I mean gonorrhea can be cured. And chlamydia, I think. Syphilis is a virus. Trichomoniasis is a parasite. You can't make this up. I mean, it caused all kinds of issues. And you get pregnant with it, there's a chance you can have your baby early and they have low birth rate. Are you serious? You can't make this up. You can't make this up. So yeah, no, it's gross. It's gross. It's very gross. Why would you want to spread this? I don't, man. These dumb coats.
Locked in a box. My body slowly started healing
Oh my
itself.
God.
And he's the witness.
Yo, this real.
Yeah.
The mucus, the discharge, all these things stopped completely when she got to the tropics. Everything was mental. She believed that she had a dis-ease when she was in Babylon because it was a mental trick. So when she got to the tropics, she started grounding, started eating right, started being out in the sun, happy, stress-free, knowing the knowledge that all is mental. And she stopped. Like, and I would have it too. I would be like, type shit, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And the reason being is all diseases come from stress. And all stress does is cause mucus. That all disease is mucus. That's it. There's no all these.
Except this disease is a parasite that is transmitted through sex. It's not stress. It's a parasite. It's that simple. You get some antibiotics to get cleared up. Is it really that difficult for them to just take some antibiotics? Oh, it's the mucus and stuff. None of them went to med school at all. None of them even look like they passed science. We're not talking about complicated courses like biology or human anatomy or physiology or anything. We're talking about science. None of them look like they even passed 10th grade. You can't make this up. And this, as opposed to them just researching the information, they're going based off of what some moron who's now in prison for the rest of his life plus 10 years are telling them about some mucus. It's
crazy ass names that they have for all these different diseases is mucus. And mucus is just insulating your cells in the body from communicating. That's it.
Guys, this is real people. I'm telling y'all, I am a witness. I was diagnosed with that thing and now it's gone. It's completely gone. And this is why I'm so comfortable talking about it, because it's gone. There is nothing here anymore. It's gone. All is mental. I'm telling you, I am a witness. All is mental. Free your mind. Right. Free your mind, your body follow. Right.
Just days after going live with that message, the house would get raided. Carbonation would pack up and leave the following night.
I had dirt bikes, all kind of furniture I bought. Basically, I furnished the whole joint. Like, I just put so much into that house. I just gave it all away. I gave all that shit away. I gave my dirt bikes away to the neighbor. We gave kitchen supplies. We gave everything away like it was nothing. I always do that, though. Every time I leave a spot, I just give it to the neighbors. Like, here, y'all can have it, the locals. It was going crazy. We gave them so much stuff. My big ass speaker. All that shit I gave it to them. You feel me? Because that's just how I do it. Every time I leave somewhere, I just give it to the locals. Like, here. So I get stuff and I ain't really attached to it. So that's like the third time I gave away big dirt bikes. Like, I just gave them dirt bikes away, signed them over to the board. Like, here. Just pack whatever I could get in the van. I was like, yo, we out. We'll rebuild wherever we go.
The next day, Carbonation will go live from an undisclosed location, explaining what was going on.
Clear. Chris. Okay, so here's what's going on with this investigation. The trolls, with knowing our location, has done everything and anything they could to find any weakness or anything that they could find to try to make life hard for me. The U.S. Embassy had to cover their ass with their investigation. Now Palenque has to cover their ass because a whole bunch of U.S. citizens are calling the office and saying, yo, there's women there in danger. So now, what do they do to us? Middle of the night, they run down on us. So when they came in, they tried to take our wives, take my wife and my child. And we were like, no, we're not leaving without them. So we wasn't leaving without them. And they took all the cell phones, rightfully so, as an investigation should, because they were told that there was child pornography here, there was human trafficking, there was women against their will, it was all kind of crazy shit they were told. So they got a warrant to come search, and they interviewed every woman here completely. Psychologically, they had a psychiatrist, doctor, checked everybody to make sure that they was A-okay. Now, they still took the laptops and the computers to check and see, as they should. They should do that. They try to say I got the police underpay. Like, that's just crazy. They found no drugs, no crimes, so they couldn't arrest us because there was no crimes. So everybody's free and we all left together.
Yeah, they left together. So what happened was they got raided. I'm sorry, I'm off screen, you guys. I'm just eating quick lunch, but they got raided. And they confiscated all of the devices because of the reports that were coming in about, you know, you saw how he handled the mother of his child, Velvet. You know, her trying to leave, and the first 2 or 3 times he stopped her. And then the last time, you know, leading up to her father coming to Palenque, he went out there and flew out there because she was going to be returning home, and she was supposed to go to the U.S. Embassy. When she gets to the hotel, her father paid for it. And what happened was she woke up that morning, called Nature Boy. He came back, picked her back up. But her father and her stepmother were waiting for her at the airport. And so they were going to bring her and the baby home. So of course, the father is upset. He gave her money, said the hotel, this, that, and the third, was expecting her to show up. She didn't. So they was like, screw it. We'll find out where they are. And we'll fly out there and go see what's going on. And that's what happened. So the father, since then, kept telling the police and everything, listen, he's got a whole cult going on. You got people there against their will. You have my daughter. She's tried to leave a few times. And then the worst thing is he live streams everything. So they have video evidence. And the police didn't want to believe the father because they were cool with Nature Boy. And Nature Boy was telling the police, we're out here filming a show. And so enough video evidence was collected to where they finally got sick of it. They said, listen, this is not a show. This is a cult. These people are spreading around STDs and all these other things. And then child pornography, yes, that was real. Nature Boy was sick, demented, depraved, and disgusting. Being in prison is in jail for the rest of his life is exactly where he belongs. So as opposed to him, because he's a coward, just cooperating and all this other stuff, he handed everything over. He was like, look, y'all take it all. Just let us go because he don't want to go to jail. And then they left together. So, I mean, if it's an open investigation, technically, yeah, he's running. But if they were just doing a raid just to gather evidence and to collect their devices and all of the evidence that they wanted out of the house, he basically let them have it. But I think he used that opportunity to leave because if something would have come up and they wanted to indict him, guess what? Now he's on the run. And they're still in Mexico. They're not they're not in the United States right now. So it would have been a lot more difficult for them to be all deported or extradited back. Mexico would have to kick them out. And they were scared to even, charge him with anything. So that's where we are right now.
Would you stay in the same house where all of this, where people have that kind of access to you? No. So we're left. We left. Naturally, we left. We're not running because we're not under arrest.
Here you running.
We left because too many people have our address. You will not be having my location anymore. And then I'm going to give it to the ladies.
Hey, say
thumbs up if we coming in clear, y'all. All right, cool. We coming in clear.
Yep.
All right.
People clip what we do and clip our life and make it into what they wanted and depict it the way that they think was going on.
What's going on, Shay? How you doing?
Why not just ask or watch the whole video? And if you still have questions, why not ask the source? Because it's not like anybody can't get in contact with you to ask him questions. People just trying to find something to make us look bad because of what we're doing. It's about the message.
Right. And then like I said, a lot of y'all ain't talkers. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers joint and be quiet. And the people that are just a quiet people by nature, they're making y'all seem like, oh yeah, they're being held against their will.
Everybody here are the smartest people on the planet. Just because someone talks better than another person, that doesn't mean that we don't show our gifts in different ways. If you go to everybody's page, everybody displays their artistic abilities differently.
Right, and human trafficking, my nigga. Human trafficking, though? My nigga, like, I bought y'all, like, you know what I mean? Like, bruh, like.
I'm far from a dummy, like, I excelled in my past, like, I'm far from, you making me seem like I'm an idiot, and I have no spine, and I'm just going along. No, ain't nobody gonna sex traffic over here. No,
that's facts.
I heard the message, pay attention to what we're speaking and we're teaching. That has nothing to do with sex trafficking. Stop watching Criminal Minds and listen to what we're talking about.
Right.
Yeah, the bottom line is we made our own decisions. Like, we are grown people. Nobody here is young and dumb and nothing like that. Like, we are grown people who made our own decisions. And Chief did not ask me to be here.
They're all young.
That was like I bought y'all. Like, yo.
Hold on. They're all young and dumb. Eligio was the only one. Nature Boy was the only one over 30. The rest of them were under 30. Some of them were under 20. They're barely 18. They're all young and dumb. You can't make this stuff up.
Buying these, like, I bought all y'all, like, you know
what I mean? I just need to address a few things for Mr. Nature Boy. Yes, the women and the children were separated. Like, you saying they wasn't separated, but they were separated from you. Hence, the doctor and the psyche valve. My question to you is, I mean, if nothing ain't wrong, what you leaving?
This is Velvet's father. He went there, remember, to try to get Velvet and the baby. And Nature Boy didn't even want him to hold his own granddaughter. He like, I came out here to check on my daughter and my granddaughter. And you don't even want me to hold the fuck out of here. He was gonna whoop his ass anyway. You're not gonna stop somebody from, holding their own granddaughter. What's wrong with you? It's crazy to think that, that's the type of power he's trying to hold over, Velvet's father, who's a real grown man. So, he was like, you can play that little young boy nonsense over on these cats over here, but you can't come at me with that. So yeah, he had them investigated naturally.
Palinque for? If you ain't did nothing wrong, what you running for? What you running for? Because I'm going to tell you
exactly.
Something. Yeah, you did a lot wrong. And when they find out and they come to get you, you going to jail. You going to jail. I'm just addressing y'all right quick because I want y'all to know he lying. He lying through his teeth. And everybody that's riding with him over there, y'all stupid. Y'all gonna go down with this clown. Val, Porsche.
Exactly.
All of y'all over there. Y'all gonna go down with him. Y'all might as well get away from him now. Cause when he go down, they gonna take the whole lot of y'all. You know? What they call that? Accessories? Y'all know what this dude doing. Y'all know what he done did. So guess what? Y'all ain't gonna be able to say y'all ain't. Cause he put it all on video. He put it all on video, y'all.
Nature Boy and Carbonation will head south through Central America with plans of moving back to Costa Rica.
We was gonna move to Costa Rica. You know what I'm saying? Even though I got banned from Costa Rica, I was thinking like, fuck it. I'll stay in Nicaragua till my ban is up.
The trip was long and uncomfortable for everybody, but Joy and Sheba had it the worst because they were both pregnant. The group ate mainly peanuts and drank water the entire trip because the money was getting extremely low. On a few occasions, Nature Boy stopped and bought Eliana and the pregnant women french fries. They were stopped several times along the way, asking their supporters for donations and also updating them along their journey.
We are traveling right now. We're gonna secure another location, you know what I'm saying? So, feel me? So that's why I'm telling my family, yo, donate to the family right now. We on the road looking for a new home, you know what I'm saying? They raided our shit, you know what happened? And so all of us is out here and we traveling and we going toward getting a new home, you feel what I'm saying? So donate to the movement. Basically, we're gonna be traveling through Central America and we headed toward Costa Rica.
This is what happens when you don't have a
job.
job.
We're gonna be possibly in Costa Rica.
This is what happens when you don't have a job. They can't even afford to do this dumb nonsense. You would think they would pick up jobs wherever they're staying and accumulate money. They didn't do anything. They were lazy as hell. And he certainly didn't work. He think everybody was there to serve him. How were they paying rent for the home that they were occupying? Because everybody else was sleeping out in the grass and tents. They got pregnant women, and all they could do was buy them french fries. No protein, no fruits, no water, no snacks, nothing. So they're not even eating fully or healthy. And yet you got young and dumb kids coming to this stupid cult with STDs and STIs. talking about mucus and shit. But they couldn't even eat healthy. They're barely drinking water. They all look like they're emaciated and underweight. The baby does not look like she has grown from the time she was born. She still looks like a newborn. This is so disgusting for him to put them through this. And they want to go through this because they want to be in a cult.
Good. You know what I mean? So we working on securing some land for the tribe and the family. You know what I'm saying? And like, it is what it is.
By the time they made it to Nicaragua, their plans for going to Costa Rica fell through.
So we get to Nicaragua, and my connecting Costa Rica flake on me, basically. He just flaked on me.
With his connection in Costa Rica now gone, Nature Boy decided to settle in Nicaragua until they made other plans. They would rent a house in the capital city of Managua and continue on as business as usual. To appease Eliana and make her feel like they were starting from a fresh slate, one of the first things he did when they arrived was get rid of the other wives.
Notice how all the couples, there's a chocolate person there. There's one dark-skinned person. Chocolate, 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 chocolate. Caramel, chocolate. Reese Pieces crew.
During the same meeting, after only being with the group for about
$10 super, that goes towards our $25 goal. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work. You're much appreciated. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, you guys. I want you all to see what these cults are about. These cult of personalities, this hive mentality. And this is why we, checking out this fantastic series. And shout out to Hood Horrors. Shout out to Hood Horrors for putting it's over, I think, 46 episodes together and bringing this awareness to people. And I wish he could get 100,000 views on every video because people need to see what these cults are about. But we're going to continue to push out this information because now you guys get to see, when I say that Candace Owens is a cult leader, or when we're going over Umar Johnson and he's sitting here acting like a cult leader, you all can see the personality, you can see the similarities, you can see the behavior and how not only do the leaders conduct themselves, but look at how the cult followers act. Look how they act. They act like they don't have a brain for themselves. What is this symbol here? What are they doing? All of them look like they've missed out on 6 good meals. And all they're doing is, it's so stupid. Oh, you gotta have a light-skinned person with a dark-skinned person. It's so stupid. Melanin is melanin, right? But look how they just dumb theories that make no sense. Nobody read a science book. They don't know anything about STDs, nothing. All they know is having sex with each other and pairing up because you're light skin versus brown skin. Shouldn't you appreciate black people for being black people no matter what shade of brown or black you are? Are you kidding? Like this was his sloppy ass mentality, just like Umar. And Nature Boy was from this conscious community. He was also part of the conscious community, like Young Pharaoh and Brother Polite, all of them, Umar, all of them from this conscious community. And look at this. Polite, Nature Boy are both in jail. Nature Boy gonna be in there for the rest of his life, plus 10 years. Both Polite and Nature Boy had well-known sex cults. Umar trying to get there, I guess, but he still got a cult. And then you have Young Pharaoh that just was rearrested. He was literally arrested about 3-4 days ago. It's unbelievable how this is what I mean by you have these people that make a community that's supposed to be conscientious about, issues going on within their race, within their community, having an aspiration to have family units, reestablished, but all they can seem to do is talk about polygamy. Umar wants 2 wives because he wants 2 women to serve him like they're pets or something. He degrades the black women. He's always talking about black queens forever, snow bunnies never, and then goes around and degrades those same black women and holds his mother hostage in the house. No different than Nature Boy sitting here holding these people hostage, not wanting to let these girls go when they wanted to leave. For some reason, no didn't mean no. And you will see later on, he was already a physically abusive before he started this stupid cult. And it's going to pick up. So stay tuned.
A month, Sonny will reveal she was pregnant.
Oh, and you gonna tell them the new news?
No. They got that no. We are pregnant.
Pregnant.
Oh, dear Lord. Another one pregnant. And he sound mad.
All right.
He jealous as hell. He wanted all the women.
So y'all can run, tell that. Give y'all something to talk about.
You don't care.
You know what I mean? Gotta get a tabloid something, man. Tron, they said put that baby in her, Tron. They said put that baby in her. A super tall baby.
She said Zulu tall.
He mad and miserable because he can't be polygamous.
Saying you happy as America. Because we gonna get a new wife, right? Get one better fit for us.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
They said, oh, you happy now because you got rid of the other wives.
Not that we got rid of them. We put them where they need to be.
A few weeks later, during her first ultrasound, Sheba will learn the gender of her baby.
Oh. What is that?
Oh. Congratulations. She got a boy.
It's a boy.
Are those balls? It's a boy.
It's a boy.
I knew it's a boy, yo. It's a boy.
She don't even look pregnant. If she looks pregnant, do you are?
Let's get it. I'm good. I like it.
This is so crazy.
Got a boy out this boy. We can name him.
Can't even tell she's pregnant.
Young boy, come here. Come here.
A couple of days after the ultrasound, Sheba will go into labor.
So there go Mama Sheba, y'all. We on the way to the hospital
So she
right
didn't get
now.
any medical care this entire
Water
time?
broke. And
God, this is crazy.
so we about to see what's popping right now. Look, man.
What's going on, Greg?
This is what I need from y'all, right? I need y'all. We need about. We need to raise about $3,000.
Okay.
3K. That's what I need from y'all. I need about 3K from y'all.
$3,000.
This is what we need, right? Because that's how much it's gonna be to have the baby and all the medical bills. So we're gonna need about 3K. That's what we're gonna need. Send the donations right now, you know what I mean? Like, we're on the way to the hospital right now.
Hey, y'all, see, listen, if I were to ask for $3,000 to raise $3,000, I'm just curious as to how the response will be with that. If I were to say, hey, I need $3,000 to help pay rent and to pay light bill and get groceries, I would have more people coming for me, attacking me for it. And I can tell you exactly what it's for and even provide receipts for it, for something legitimate. He's asking for $3,000 to carry on a cult, a sex cult. And it's not even trying to work and earn at least half of it or put some effort into it. But he's sitting here talking about getting another wife and being polygamous again. This is what I told you all. He's not happy because he feels like he must have multiple women. That's all it's about. It's power and control. But he's asking for $3,000 and refuses to get a job. I basically have two jobs. I mean, trying to manage YouTube to do it the right way. You have to take it serious. You have to put some effort and energy into it. You have to invest in it. And you bless God for all the contributions that you get to help, build up the channel. But if I just asked out for $3,000 just to help with bills and stuff like that for rent, I show a cable bill or StreamYard bill. If I did all those things, I would get all kinds of comments. I already get accused of being paid by Israel because for some reason people think Candace Owens is God. But look how crazy it is for somebody like this, a bum who abuses women, who treats them like pieces of objects. He's not marrying these people, by the way. None of them are married. They're not legally married to anyone. And he has a whole coat. And he's sitting here talking about, yeah, we need $3,000. Just because he doesn't want to go to work and get a job. Because how dare the cult leader has a job? How dare a cult leader has an actual job, right? So it's giving him money to fund his lifestyle. But if you have people working hard that ask for help, not expecting to be taken care of, but just ask for help, we get accosted and we get beat up on. This is so crazy here. A cult leader is expecting his cult to just finance him in his life. And people were dumb enough to do it and not demand any accountability at all. They're on the run, people. They were raided and they ran off because you wouldn't leave, like Pop said, like Velvet's father said, you wouldn't leave if you didn't have anything to hide. They're on the run. Now they're asking for people to fund them while they're running away.
So that'll cover the hospital fees. It's going to be around $3,000 to have it done right. So I will be going live from the hospital, so y'all going to be there. The only thing is, from what the doctor is saying, Sheba got to have a cesarean.
Good job.
Am I nervous? Nah, I'm not nervous because I know it's True's baby. You feel me? Like, I know it ain't. What's up?
Hey, baby.
That baby still looks like a newborn to me.
TV.
She chewing on everything, huh?
Been drooling, teething. Hey, baby.
What she was talking about?
Yep.
Yeah. I feel fine because I'm having a contraction right now, actually. My water broke this AM at like around just early. It was like when I got up, like 7.
3,000 for children.
And it was like a noise. And then the water just came out. And ever since then, I've been having contractions. I have to have a cesarean because
grow their own food or something.
My cervix isn't really like really small. It's like not even a finger
child
size.
Is another guy's.
And the baby's positioning right now. The pelvis is small.
That's how possessive and controlling he was. He wanted Sheba. He wanted her to have his baby. But the baby is another dude's. But because in his mind, all the women are supposed to be his women, they should all be having his baby. And what do you have the men there for then? Why are the men there? What are they there to do? None of them are. It's not like they're growing their own food, building their own home. None of them are mechanics. They can't even fix a van. You don't see them washing anything or changing tires. You don't see them, practicing trade or skills, getting jobs doing plumbing or HVAC or electrician. You don't even see them learning how to do those things. They're just as lazy and useless as the leader. And yet they thought that they were somehow working by going online, creating music, and promoting this BS diet plan he had at one point and recruiting people for the cult. They had recruitment for the cult. Who recruits for a cult? Most people don't want the cult to be like known like that. They were actively recruiting for the cult. You can't make this up.
The way the baby can't really position where it needs to, because my pelvis is really small. Even if the cervix is dilated, really, the where the head is and the fact that my pelvis is really small, the baby can't come through like that. So that's just how it has to come through. It has to come through cesarean. I'm wondering if I'm gonna take pain meds. I don't know. I haven't thought about that because nothing's happened yet. Yeah, I'll probably have to take pain reliever.
Okay. We understand what are we going to do? Yes. By the professional. Make sure that we at the best of the best of the best of the best, sir.
On May 27th, 2019, Sheba would give birth to a healthy, beautiful baby boy she would name Jaumi. They would nickname him Ja. From the moment he was born, there was no doubt it was True's baby. Sheba would later express her joy that it wasn't Nature Boy's.
I can't express enough gratitude that it's not his child. So, thank you, God.
During the month following the birth of Ja, things were pretty quiet online for Nature Boy and Carbonation.
So the thing is, that's a good question, Shay. The natural birth wouldn't have worked because of her. It was her pelvic and cervix area. It was too small. The baby would not have been able to pass through, and that actually was. I'm short, in case you all didn't know, but that was the same thing I was told when I was first pregnant. And so I ended up having to have C-sections with both of my kids. But it's just when the pelvic area is too narrow, even with full dilation, it still is not enough room for the baby to pass without causing damage. So it's just more of a narrowed cervix and pelvic area, not necessarily, her weight. But I mean, it doesn't help either with her being, like 100 pounds maybe. But it's crazy because her water broke and everything. She was having labor. My water broke. I didn't have any labor. They tried to induce it. And I was like, I don't deal with unnecessary pain now. We even do this. Either put me to sleep or go ahead and do C-section and leave me alone. So, I mean, it's crazy. It increases infections and all that other stuff. Just walking around gushing fluids. But they didn't eat well. When did she get prenatal care? When did she ever go to a doctor? This is how they care for themselves when they were pregnant. They could barely eat food. And she's like, I'm so glad it's not Nature Boy's baby. DNA tests will clear that up real quick too. So yeah, I don't blame her. But he wanted it to be his baby. He wanted like certain girls there to have his kid. And he's like he was mad at a couple of the dudes. He got jealous of them. Why have a cult for men to be there if you're going to be competing with them the entire time? It's so stupid.
It was around this time that behind the scenes, one of Nature Boy's supporters, a woman by the name of Khadijah, also known as Kaja, was offering to buy land for the group in Central America. For Nature Boy, this couldn't come at a better time.
I'm getting really close to finding another home. You know what I'm saying? Some beautiful, our next property. You know what I'm saying? And appreciate everybody that's supporting. Especially this one person. I don't know if she want to be out there or no. Not, and I ain't gonna put her out there, but she been really supporting. And I just want to say thank you.
Kaja had only been following Carbonation since just after baby Eliana was born. After watching how they were being treated online, she felt obligated to help.
Soon after I started watching, I saw how, the people that were against him and the group, I saw that, I felt like they were tormenting the group. I didn't understand why everybody hated them. So I had just kind of started watching. So I didn't know all of the backstory about, that they were, what's the word? Controversial. And then, so when they left, they had to leave Mexico. So I messaged him and we did start talking.
The two of them talked nearly every day and had built a solid relationship in a short period of time.
He's a wonderful person. Like I really had a good, close relationship with him. He was sharing things with me.
When Kaja proposed the idea of buying land, Nature Boy was all for it. They began setting arrangements for her to fly into Nicaragua and start looking for land to purchase somewhere in Central America.
I was gonna,
didn't know the controversy.
be there for
Hold on.
the initial purchase.
You know what? First of all, that means she didn't look at anything prior to that. Or he probably told her not to, because even when the baby was born, you didn't see all the videos of where Velvet tried to leave him and go home, and he got in a fight. He grabbed the baby by the leg and had the baby in upside down, holding the leg, trying to fight Velvet at the same time with the other hand. How you miss all of that? How you miss Velvet's father going to Mexico, Palenque, to see his own granddaughter? How did you miss all of that? Is she crazy or what?
And I was gonna look. I was gonna choose what I like, and then I would purchase it. I would come back here, to Babylon, and just take care of my life here, and then probably go back, check on them, and assuming everything was still going well, and they were being productive with that gift, then I would continue to let them stay there. I mean, it seemed like a good idea.
Kaja booked a flight and was set to arrive and meet up with Nature Boy and the group on July 1st, 2019. But just 3 days before she was set to arrive, Carbonation will be dealt another setback.
You want to come and see in the house? Come.
Here, I'll go for that.
Just keep the court.
Yeah, it's a keyboard. It's a little keyboard.
Yeah.
Hello.
Eligio. How you doing? You wanted to make sure everything is good and safe in there? Happy.
She got the chopper.
Yeah, AK-47.
Man, it's a lot of them.
Got that yap.
30 round mag.
I'm trying not to crowd him too much. I'm nervous. Especially you, bro. I wouldn't crowd him, bro. You so big, bro.
Yeah,
I wouldn't crowd him.
Look at this. He is not playing.
He just want to look around. That's weird.
So apparently, he said the neighbors are complaining about hearing like children screaming or something.
The baby screaming.
We got new. That's fine.
And then it's probably good you went to the embassy already know that stuff. Yeah, they already know what's going on.
Okay, got me. Nothing, no problem. No problem.
I understand what you're saying. They still want us to go to their office.
Exactly. I think the lady bought it. So didn't the lady, they were renting this place until the lady who said she was going to buy the land was able to buy the land, and then she said she would just buy it for them and then go out there every so often, even though she wanted to still live in what she called Babylon, in the US. But it's so funny. They say things like Babylon, but then they're still using Babylonian money. They're using US dollars. He's asking for $3,000. That wasn't in pesos. You want to talk about Babylon, but you still want to use Babylonian money. You're still using US dollars to do what you want to do. Why ask for any money if you hate Babylon? Then don't ask for Babylonian money. How hypocritical is that? These cult leaders are so stupid. They don't understand how hypocritical they're being. Yeah, no, I hate Babylon. I hate all the things of Babylon. I hate the medications. I hate the people. We hate everything. Hate. Except, yeah, we need $3,000. Are we talking about American money here? Because that would be Babylonian money. We talking about Babylonian money? Is that what we're doing? Yeah, y'all see how that it's so much like Umar. It's not even funny. I can't say I can't wait till we go back to Africa. Yeah, but y'all send your donations. For what? Hit the PayPal, hit the Cash App. With what? Pesos? You don't want our Babylonian money. You hate America, so don't ask for American money. Go live off of, whatever money they have in Ghana. What's their currency in Ghana? Ask for the money that and the currency they use in Ghana. Yeah, I know they were indicated, not Atlanta. But go ask for the money, the currency that they use in Ghana, Umar. Stop asking for American dollars. The same thing with him. Why ask for, American dollars and you're in Mexico? Use pesos. What's going on, Hydro? How you doing? Shout out to you, Dr. CB. What's going on? These cult leaders just copying each other. Exactly. I mean, you would think that they would try to take a page from Jim Jones, except minus the, murdering of everyone. But he at least flew out to another country. Unfortunately, he took all these people with him. But they went out there and they built up the compounds. They built up, they were still living like a plantation. But they built everything. They lived off the land. They grew food. They did all the cooking. They did all this other stuff. People had jobs where they worked the land. They weren't just out, The worst thing is that he controlled, Jim Jones controlled the money. He controlled the weapons. He controlled the medications. He himself was a drug addict. It's like the cult leaders are always drug addicts. They do drugs and stuff. And of course there were, it was like a Cisco too. Because he would pair people up and stuff, and he didn't try to overly control people wanting to get married and go be with each other, because it was a larger cult. But Nature Boy, if it was a female he liked, he would get mad if she didn't want to be with him. And that's what the issue was with Sheba. She didn't want to be with him, but he liked her. He wanted to be with her, but she didn't want to be with him. So she was happy when it was not his baby. But they don't even copy, like, okay, if you're going to go out and live off the land, then live off the land. What you asking for money for? Either that or just go get a job and make some money. You might as well. If you're going to have a cult, go get a job, make some money, or you understand that you're going to have to grow your own food. You're going to have to learn how to build a house. You're going to have to learn how to pick up some trades, to do some plumbing, some wiring, electrical work, HVAC. You got to learn the basics here. They're sleeping in tents because they are too lazy to build a home, a hut, or something. They're too lazy to build that and to learn how to do that. So they buy tents. They're still spending money, Babylonian money, for Babylonian items. But they didn't want to get a job. Yeah, you can't make this stuff up. One Guardian SETI is worth 0.092 US dollars, 9 cents. One Ghanaian SETI is worth 9 cents, US cents. That's crazy. Say no to drugs. That's that MK Ultra stuff. If I was with King Noble for a while. A lot of people wanted to be like him, but I heard he working at McDonald's now. Probably. That's ignorant, and you need permits to build. Exactly. They couldn't even if they built out on that land, it's still like they could have done those things to do that. They could have gotten the education, the little permits and stuff, whatever they needed to do that. If they truly wanted to be self-sufficient, This is how you knew that this whole cult thing wasn't about them living off the land and, you know, being one with nature. It was never about that. It was always about power, control, sex, and money. That's it. And more so sex than anything. That's it. Ghanaian Cedi. That's the currency. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Shay, for telling me that. That's what Umar wants. Umar should be getting Ghanaian Cedi as opposed to US dollars. That would be the ultimate prank on him. Like, instead of sending him US dollars, people converted over to Cedi, and then they sent him Ghanaian Cedi. That would be the ultimate prank. Can you imagine that? He gets like 200 Ghanaian Cedi, and he's like, what the heck is this money? Yo, I can't use this. You're gonna have to convert it over to US dollars. Good luck to that. He'd be so mad. Yeah, that's what they need to do. Tear his ass up and send him over Ghanaian Cedi instead of US dollars. Don't send him US dollars. Send him Ghanaian Cedi. Is it Cedi? Cedi? CEDI. Send him that type of currency. So next time he get the begging, send him some CD. Yep. Let that be it. Say good luck to that. Do whatever you can with this and help open that school you're not trying to open.
They accused me of harming a child. Like, the neighbor said I harmed a child. If the neighbor said that, then how would they know my name? But they said that I'm not under arrest. They just want to talk to me at the office. So I don't know. I'm going to see what's popping. We all going together.
We can put it in.
So we're going to see what's going on.
That's mine. Put him back.
Velvet is a bad mother. Why would you take the
This
baby
is what I
down
gotta go through because of trolls, bro. False accusing me. They gotta make sure that everything is safe, like all the children are safe around me. And you know what I'm saying?
When they should
You know what I'm saying?
be
They
taking you by
just gotta
yourself.
make sure everything is safe. So I gotta sign paperwork. They talking about I gotta go sign paperwork. But this is the trolls. I'm just letting you know it's trolls. It's not no neighbors. They just trying to get me to the office too. Okay, y'all, let's go.
Do y'all see the car seat?
Come on, guys. So that you see. They out here with guns and everything.
Yeah.
Stop.
It's like a van. What a car seat.
Come back with us. Please. No. Come. Take him. I don't understand what's going on.
Oh, man. Hey, don't play with these niggas. They got fucking guns, my nigga. Don't play with these niggas, bro. What the f?
They all could be working doing anything else, but they sitting here trying to go to a police station.
The police are doing their jobs. The people spreading problems. It's the people spreading lies is the reason why we have to go through this shit. It's okay. No weapon formed.
It's not a lie. When he grabbed the baby by the leg, had the baby upside down in one hand to hit the mother of the child with the other hand. And you have people in the cult testifying to that. What do you mean, you doofus? What I don't understand is why all of them are going down here to this police station with him. If they're trying to separate him from the children, at least, then they should be telling them, we do not want any babies. No babies can come to the police station. Babies have no reason to go to a police station anyway, unless the police finds a baby and the only natural place they could take them back to is the police station, most times they'll take the baby to the hospital. But you don't just, police station is not just a place to take a baby to. They got newborn babies going to the police station. This is so insane.
Against it shall prosper.
I know how you go. It's still me, but I'm fine. Baby's going to the police station.
No, I'm gonna record it as long as I can. They said that they're gonna have an English translator at the office. He said that before they try to dust us, but yeah. I mean, ain't shit gonna happen. It's cool. I mean, they try to separate us. They put them in handcuffs. After we let them in and, you know, let them look around, see that there's no problem. Yeah, they put him in handcuffs. He didn't commit no crime. Alright, so this is a police station. No, let us in, man. Let us in. Gracias. We in the whole entire police compound, bro. These are all one police station. Oh, they made a left up there. I see where they made the left. Are they telling us to park here? Es video, necesito. Bájese, dame el teléfono. Oh, they don't want me to. Yeah, I'll turn it off.
When she went to jail, like he and I had been like talking like that day, like I was getting ready to leave in a couple days, and he went to jail. And I reached out to Nana and I was like, hey, I'm still coming, and she was like, yeah, of course.
When the officers pulled up at the house, I'm like, all right, cool. I already been through this before, like in Mexico. They're gonna come. My haters told them a whole bunch of stuff. They're gonna investigate everybody. They're gonna find out it's not true, and they're gonna let us go. Boom. So I already knew that was gonna happen. Not Nicaragua. So Nicaragua treats me as if I did the shit. When I seen them bring me them clothes to get checked into this prison, I was like, whoa, wait a minute, like y'all locking me up? Like what's going on? I got locked up on Friday. I was supposed to be out in 48 hours. So that Monday I was supposed to get out legally, but they didn't release me. I did not know when I was getting out.
He was in jail in a foreign country with no phone calls, no letters, no outside communication. If everybody would have left in that moment, he'd still be in there to this day. We drove to that jail every day. We all stayed in a little bitty Airbnb, eating rice and lentils and peanuts and craisins, scraping up whatever money we could, and we wasn't going nowhere until he got out.
Because coats. Y'all, we're going straight into episode 18.
Via Cash App and promised to do whatever she could to help Nature Boy.
Let me go back. Sorry.
Previously on the rise and fall of Nature Boy and Carbonation.
He was in jail.
Okay, let me just pause it. So what we are now is they're in Nicaragua. He got arrested because people were reporting that he was abusing the kids and holding women hostage and all of that, right? We all know he's actually abused Eliana. I think he abused the baby. You grabbing the baby by the leg and hold the baby upside down while you're abusing the mother. That is, child endangerment and abuse. Why are you grabbing the baby by the leg and holding the baby upside down? It's so fucking, it's so, oh my God. The thought of that angers me to no avail. And then, of course, they leave once they got raided in Palenque. So now they go to Nicaragua. They tried to go to Costa Rica. They couldn't make it there because they didn't have enough money. Then it was a lady who, they offered the chance to buy some land, right, for them to have. And then they can build their little compound with. Well, she was supposed to go out the next day when the police showed up. That next day, she was supposed to come meet up to buy some land and stuff like that. They were supposed to leave and go there. The house they are in, they are renting. So, of course, Nicaragua got the alert of what he was doing. They arrested him. And so here we are with him being arrested. What was the charge? I don't know. But see, this is Nicaragua. This is why I always say you can't expect other countries to uphold laws like we have here in the US. Right? Every country is different. We're not bound to their laws. They're not bound to our laws. He's conducting himself as if they're bound to uphold Babylonian laws, as they call it. They don't want to be in Babylon, but they want other countries to give him rights as if he's in Babylon. Make that make sense? No, you in Nicaragua. This is how they do it. This is how you're going to get handled. Deal with it. Stop being a punk. You want to go live out in these foreign countries and stuff to have a sex cult and all this other nonsense, then this is the price you pay for it. So now he's expecting Nicaragua to treat him as if he's got U.S. citizen rights, sort of thing. Y'all didn't get, they just holding me there. And then, you're supposed to be innocent to prove guilty. Who said that in Nicaragua? That might be how we do it in the U.S., but not there. But see, that mentality, it's like they want the perks and the benefits of being American citizens when it's convenient for them. But any other time, we don't connect and attach ourselves to Babylon. Okay, well, you can't have both ways. You either are going to be okay with these, weird laws in Nicaragua, or you come back to Babylon and be under U.S. American laws. But that's how it goes. You can't expect Nicaragua to conform to the United States. If you're trying to leave Babylon, then guess what? All those protections you leave behind. Goodbye. Same thing with Umar. You want to leave and go to the continent of Africa, okay? You're not going to get the perks and treatment you get as an American citizen. Take your crusty ass on, go to Ghana, convert all your whatever US dollars you have to Ghanaian cedi, and go live there. But you're not going to get those rights and protections that we have here in the US. You're not going to get that in every country. So they're here, they're living in Airbnbs and stuff. I told you the purpose of the game. Oh yeah, it's to follow the leader, do what he says. And Dr. CB said, yeah, peanuts, lentils, and rice is unnatural poison. I exposed his food many times. Exactly. He ate all the things he told his followers not to eat. But yet, they couldn't go get antibiotics for these STDs and STIs they were spreading around to each other. Many were coming into the cult with STDs and spreading it to each other, but they didn't want to go get antibiotics. It's so crazy. Who was he going to call in a foreign land? No one. He didn't have anybody. Aside from his cult, he had no one. Did someone bail him out? Not sure. I hold my kids upside down when they acting bad. Dr. CB. Please don't do that. I hope not. He was trying to beat up Eliana, but he had already been abusive to. He has 2 children with 2 other women before he started the cult. And he beat one of them almost to death. It took her months to heal. And he has a boy with her. So him abusing women, abusing, kids, that's not new to him. He was abusive. And you guys are going to see a lot more of this abusive behavior as the episodes go on. But yeah, he grabbed the baby by the leg. The baby was screaming in the video. You could hear it. One of the cult members, testified to what he had did. When she walked out there, when she saw him holding the baby upside down with the leg while swinging with the other hand, hitting Eliana. Now, he's abusing a woman while holding a baby upside down. She's dangling. So she said she grabbed the baby and ran in the house. You can't make this stuff up. He should have gone to jail for that. So to me, this is light work. He should be in jail getting his ass whooped for doing that to the baby. Costa Rica, more like it. Yeah. What's going on, Tehran? How you doing? Hello. Antarctica, you need Nature Boy. Recruit Penguin. Right? You want a boo-boo in the woods. This is what comes with it. Exactly. Krusty Buns Tuesday. Print your own money, Nature Boy. Thank you. I'm surprised he didn't print his own money and thinks he was legal tender. He couldn't even, he wouldn't even just like go out and garden and plant his own food. Go get some chickens and a couple pigs and cows or something. Have some protein. They weren't smart enough to even think to do that. And then they're eating stuff that's not natural or healthy. And then you got women getting pregnant. Like, they need protein. God, how did this baby survive? It was a Catalina mixer for STDs. It was. Yeah, they came there with STDs. They didn't always get treatment. And then they spread around the women. They all slept with each other. It's so disgusting. All right, let's get back to it.
In a foreign country with no phone calls, no letters, no outside communication. If everybody would have left in that moment, he'd still be in there to this day. We drove to that jail every day. We all stayed in a little bitty Airbnb, eating rice and lentils and peanuts and craisins, scraping up whatever money we could, and we wasn't going nowhere until he got out.
The Nicaragua police took Grandmaster Chief into custody. He is currently in jail, and we need to get him out. Everybody needs to support us. We are accepting everything that any type of help that anybody wants to give us. He's in there for no reason. He has no warrants. He is not arrested on any type of charge. They're holding him there illegally. What's happened to him is strictly based off of trolls. We gave warnings to tell y'all to stop harassing us, to stop doing the things that you're doing. And you did. You kept going, and you now you see where it has gotten us. And the thing is, they be like, we just trying to help y'all. We just trying to save y'all. Y'all need to leave and all this. But if you really cared about us, you wouldn't put us in harm's way. Because every time you do that, we don't have a place to stay. Exactly. We have babies. We have women here. Pregnant women here. We already been investigated in Mexico. In Mexico, we already been investigated for pedophilia, trafficking, sex cult, child abuse, all of that. We've been, all the women have been interviewed for psychoanalysts and trying to see if we're crazy or if we're under the influence or being brainwashed. All of this shit that y'all say about us, we already been investigated for us, bro, and they let us go. That's the reason why we was able to leave. If at any moment Mexico felt like we was fucked up or some shit like that, we wouldn't be in this position right now. We would have still been over there, locked up.
You have to realize that we get stoned and we get accused of all these things. We get kicked out of all these places, and all these trolls are coming because we are the truth.
What has the most honorable Grandmaster Chief really done for y'all to want to take a father away from his daughter? Who are you helping? Who are you really trying to help? What kind of person, what kind of spirit, what kind of being would take the father away from their daughter and their wife and their family? Y'all should be calling the embassy saying, yo, it's all lies.
Nothing y'all do will ever work. That shit is capping. If you haven't even caught on by now, from day one, all the trolling shit that y'all ever have even tried to bring onto Carbonation don't work.
The most amazing man I've ever met in my entire life is in prison as an innocent person. Because y'all want to hate, y'all want to say some dumbass shit. You're gonna answer.
We tell our story. We teach you divine knowledge yourself, so you need to reciprocate that energy if you're really real. Like, we've been seeing, like, who's really been there for us, who's been calling and really checking in on us. So yeah, like, we watching and support.
What is happening here is unjust. It's not good. An innocent man is in jail, and no, we can't accept that.
This is fucking sad because we're saving you from a sinking ship. You're gonna die, and all we're doing is teaching you self-knowledge and self, and y'all still trolling us. Why? In another realm, right now, you are actually living the thought frequency that you're vibrating on.
Stop trying to
can't see it. Everything is symbolic.
That's what bothered me. Why continue to recruit to this stupid cult then? You didn't like all the attention that came with to stop recruiting for it. And here's my thing. They're talking about, oh, you're taking this man away from his daughter. This is one of 4 children that he has by this point. Let's not forget the young lady that he kicked out, hashtag Wafflegate. Earlier up in the episodes when he, was still building this dumb coat, he kicked out a young lady that he got pregnant because he was in jail. He got arrested because they were too stinky to get on a plane, and they tried to fight back or something happened. Ended up in a scuffle. He got arrested, but the couple of the women and I think 1 or 2 of the guys were able to be released. They go back to their compound, and I think they were staying in Costa Rica at the time. And he calls the house, and the young lady that he got pregnant was eating a waffle. And because of that, he kicked her out of the coat because she was eating a waffle. She told him, listen, I got to eat something right now. I don't know what else to do while you're in jail. The only thing we can do is wait for you to get released. He got mad and kicked her out of the coat while she was pregnant, out on the streets. So technically, if she had that baby, don't know if it was a boy or girl, he would have 4 children. He already had 2 boys before he started the coat by 2 different women. So he's got 4 kids by 4 different women by this point. And they keep talking about the daughter as if that's the only child he has. Never mind the fact he's not taking care of the first 3. He's not doing anything to help take care of the first 3 kids. They're raising money just to eat rice and lentils and peanuts. So how do you think he was sending any level of financial support? He couldn't have been. He could not have been paying child support or helping to send financial support for the other 3 kids he already had. So he's a deadbeat parent, yet again, representing this conscious community, just like Umar, Polite. Even in these series, young Pharaoh is the more sensible one. And look how his life is taking a turn. But you got 4 kids by 4 women, just like Umar, and you're not taking care of any of them. And they didn't even think to put him on child support. It would have forced him to get a job at least. But what can you do if he chooses to live out the country and not be bound by U.S. rules or laws, but yet wants the U.S. protections to apply wherever he goes? The hypocrisy is staggering to me. So I don't care if he's holding his baby upside down by the leg and stuff while he beats this girl. No one should care that he's being taken away from his daughter. Nope, not at all.
I think it's really what it is.
Okay.
Everybody who is supporting us, shout out to you. We love everybody that's supporting us.
Despite the fact that the group was giving out as much info on Nature Boy's arrest as they could, across the internet, people began to speculate and spread false information about the reason Nature Boy was actually in jail. Young Pharaoh will be one of the main people on the front lines of the disinformation campaign.
I'm tired of motherfuckers keep talking about the nigga went to jail behind YouTube trolls. No, the that did not. Okay, that did something to his child that the neighbors seen, and it was so heinous, okay, that they had to call the motherfucking police.
Kaja would arrive in Nicaragua about 5 days after Nature Boy's arrest.
I took care of the whole family the whole time he was in jail. I fed everybody. I paid for our gas. I did everything.
For many people following Carbonation, the first time they would see her online is when Eliana gave an interview with Sonetta, giving an update on Nature Boy's situation.
How can they find you? Where are you going? Where you going to update all this information? Let them know everything. Go ahead. It's on you.
First and foremost, I just want to say that free Chief.
Free Chief. Free Chief, yo.
As the days pass by, the members continue to push hard for Nature Boy's release and continue to collect donations.
Carbon Nation is trying to get donations to bail him out of jail that they refuse to show his charges.
Peace Reflections.
Peace Reflections.
We want to thank everybody out there who's supporting Carbonation and sending us donations. The only thing with the donations is that everyone's sending it to Cash App. If you've sent your donation to Cash App, we don't have access to Cash App because the police took our phone. The phone that we had Cash App on, the police have that phone. Right. So we have to get it sent to the PayPal. The PayPal is already up on our pages. Just scroll down your timeline or go straight to our page. You'll see it says Support Carbonation. Our PayPal is eligiobishop@yahoo.com. Gmail. Yeah. At eligiobishop@gmail.com. I don't know why I keep saying Yahoo. At Gmail. eligiobishop@gmail.com. That's the access to the donations that we do have. I'm thankful for Reflections.
I'm thankful.
Shout out to the guys.
Shout out.
We supposed to be Babylon, right? If we Babylon, why y'all asking us for help? Y'all supposed to be, that's master teacher. Tell that to teleport out of that bitch.
Kaja would head back to the States after staying with the group for about 10 days. She would continue to support them with funds via Cash App and promised to do whatever she could to help Nature Boy get released. Her plan to buy property for the group to live on hadn't changed, but she refused to do it before Nature Boy got out. Back in Nicaragua, the group continued to go online to get as much attention to the situation as they could. Eliana even made a petition on change.org to get even more exposure.
Nicaragua officials are illegally, they are infringing upon Chief's rights. They are making up their own laws and they are holding him basically hostage in the Nicaragua jail, in the Nicaragua prison. And shame on you if you feel that, shame on you if you have it so bad out there for Chief. You cannot sit there and bash anybody for their religious beliefs or their outlooks on life. You just either you agree with their opinion or you don't, and you keep it moving and you do your own thing.
Pops would use Nature Boy's time in jail as an opportunity to persuade Eliana and the other members to leave. He would take to his Instagram with a desperate plea to all of them.
You're in a country where the president thinks that the United States backed a coup against him. And if you really think that the president is pro-America, you done lost it. In other words, if Bishop is locked up for no reason, do you really think he gonna have a problem with locking you up or any one of y'all over there and don't give a fuck and don't need a reason? Because the only person can override the Supreme Court is the president. And if you think the president is about to override y'all bullshit, man, you about to get yourself in a world of trouble. Like, stop being silly, man. Y'all creating new accounts and asking for money and shit. Come on, man. You smarter than this. And if you keep riding behind this dude, you're gonna be in a world of fucking trouble just like him. If you're listening, get the fuck out while you can. This dude not getting out of jail. And no matter what you do, the more attention you bring to it, the worse it's gonna be, because he in jail for a reason. You know, he in jail for a reason. None of y'all in jail yet, but you give them a reason, and they're gonna put your fucking ass in the same place. And that don't make no sense, because you need to take care of that baby. Like, I'm just talking to you, baby girl. You need to get yourself together, because how you gonna fight in a country that's not even yours? Y'all might have a Nicaraguan lawyer, but guess what? That Nicaraguan lawyer done took your money, and he's still in jail. That's what they do.
Yeah, I disagree, Maddie. Wholeheartedly. The 10 years is not too harsh, considering all that he has done, regardless of whether he was charged with everything or not. What he had been doing was something he had been doing for a long time. It just finally came down the pipeline when he did it to the wrong person who was willing to go to the police, follow through with the investigation, cooperate with the investigators. And he ended up realizing, all the things he's done, Came to a head. I encourage you to listen to the whole trial. I encourage you to listen to the trial. Life plus 10 years? Yeah, because of the charges. The judge didn't have, it wasn't a murder charge. He didn't have to murder anybody. It's called the sentencing guide. So based on the crime and how heinous it is, the severity, how long, and the damage, all of those factors are considered when a judge is taking into consideration of sentencing. There are sentencing guides that go along with this. It's part of our judicial system. You know the entire story? I suggest you look at the sentencing guides for these charges. These are in place for a reason. The judge did not violate the law by sentencing him the time he received. It is based on sentencing guides that every court uses in the United States of America. And they are part of our judicial system. So if a sentencing guide says, here are the charges, here's based on the severity, the length of time that they should receive, if they have multiple counts of the same charge. If you look at the sentencing guidance that every judge uses, it will tell you an average number of years. It'll give you a minimum to a maximum. And it will tell you what they should receive. What's the standard based on each state? Each state has the right to vary with those years. They don't go outside of the norm. But some states require that you prove intent with murder and some don't. Those are based on state laws. And the Constitution does allow states to create their own laws on the state level. It just cannot be unconstitutional. Double standard sentencing? No. It could be consecutive or it could be combined. It could be consecutive or concurrent. So let's say you get 20 years for one charge and then 10 years for another. The judge could say you do the 20 plus the 10 and you do the 20 and then you're going to do the 10. Or the judge could use discretion to say, okay, this charge is 20, this charge is 10, but we'll combine this to where you do 25. You're still within that guidance, but you're doing it all combined, consecutive. It's combined at one time. So instead of you doing 20 years for the one charge and then 10 years for the second charge, the judge combines the number of years together and then stays within that guidance and maybe, settles for 25. So in comparison to similar crimes committed by others, life in prison is extreme. You got to go by the sentencing guidance. It might be extreme, but the judge did not do anything unlawful. And you notice his appeals failed. So if the appeals failed, the Georgia Supreme Court was like, nope, we're upholding what the lower court has already mandated. That should tell you something. And he dare not go to the U.S. Supreme Court, because I do believe he appealed it and it failed. So when you have the state level court, the district court say, here's what you're facing, criminal court says this is what you get, and he appeals it, and then the higher level court, the appellate court or the state Supreme Court, says we're upholding the ruling of the lower court. Obviously there's nothing wrong with the sentencing itself, because that would have been the premise for the appeal. Yeah, he didn't show any remorse, but that's part of it. That's just based on the judge's remarks. Judges are entitled to their opinion in their court. They are entitled to their opinion, but he didn't show any remorse. He was laughing during the sentencing phase of it. He was. And then he gets up and he gives his remarks. The judge let him speak. And then he's sitting here talking about, I love you. I love you. I forgive you. Like he did nothing wrong. He took no accountability. That is a factor in determining that. That's not unusual. That is standard. I know it may not seem if you're not, that's why I said if you're not really familiar with how, the legal process works, you might not understand it. But yeah, they can't do that. It's called discretion. Judges have discretionary power, but they don't typically just go outside of what the sentencing is. And if they do something that is highly unusual, then that's where you have the right to appeal, and the higher level court will reevaluate that. But if the higher level court says that the lower level court's ruling is appropriate and they uphold it, I know. The legal system has double standards based on what? You could just be speaking on a particular corrupt judge. Is it always fair? No, I'm not saying it is perfect. I'm just telling you the facts of the sentencing structure itself. But as far as opinion on, you're going based on skin color. Okay, well, that's based on the opinion of how you feel about the judicial system overall, but that has nothing to do with the sentencing guidance. I mean, that's not that. I'm not talking about your personal opinion on how you view the judicial system. You're saying it's not fair. That's fine, but it's not a double standard. They have a sentencing guidance. Those are the facts that can be researched. I don't want to give my opinion on something that is factually based that can be looked up. There are a lot of laws I don't like, but does that mean that laws should not be applied? No. Because if you stop applying laws to one person, you got to stop applying them to them all. And in my personal opinion, Nature Boy did so much shit. I don't see how, anyone can overlook all the things that he's done this entire time. It's almost like the karma's just coming down the pipeline. Why do you think they have people coming in to testify? Testimony is evidence. So if you go to court and you testify, that is also evidence. So where he is with life, that's where he belongs. Because they gave testimony to where you're evaluating how the heinous nature of the crime itself, the extent, how long it had been occurring. All of those factors, that's why I said you might want to read about the sentencing guidance and how judges come to that conclusion, all the factors that go into it. They do think about the heinous nature, the damages caused, how long the crimes have been perpetuated. All of those factors go into sentencing. That can be proven. You can research that information. So when the judge takes in all the evidence, all the testimony, the witnesses that came in, the cross-exam, evidence pulled from the homes, and they look at the volume of the videotapes, the videos they made online, the heinous nature of the abuse, how many people were abused, how long the abuse, went on, and the widespread effect and damage that it caused, all of those factors go into sentencing. Yes, it does. That is something that could be researched. So life he got and life he deserves. When you look at all the factors that determine sentencing, he got exactly what he deserved. I encourage you to read it. I understand how your opinion. I understand your comment. I do. You're saying it's too harsh. I get it. But that has nothing. The judge did her job. The appeal, was denied. They upheld the ruling of the lower court. And when you look at all the damage he's done, I can't see why he would get less than that. We're looking at an entire series of conduct and behavior that in far too many situations he got away with. He got away with this shit for too long. And it ended up just running to a head when he landed his ass back into Babylon, as he puts it. That's what happened. So, you know, chickens came home to roost. It's the recompense that he received. Doesn't matter if they're dead or alive. No one said he was being charged with murder. But this is the shock that people don't understand. Certain charges, based on the heinous nature of such, can get you just as much time. The sentencing guidance is what I recommend you read, and the factors that goes into how they determine how much time someone gets for jail. I don't care. That's not how his sentencing guides work. Whether they're alive or dead, I would be mad if he didn't get life if someone was died. But him getting life for what he's done, for the number of years he received, that would make sense. And if it was something wrong with the sentencing itself, the appellate court, the appeal would have gone through. They would have had an argument on that. But they didn't. So, no. First of all, someone did die. Let's go back. You said the women are still alive. Nope. Mama D was one of the women that came to the court. And if you know about this story, you know who Mama D is. Mama D was older. She had grown children and grandchildren. And she came to the court. They had her sleeping in a tent. Nope. Let's go back to Mama D. Mama D, you said no one is alive. We're talking about all the cult followers. We're not doing exceptions. Because I don't do whataboutisms. So we're going to Mama D. Let's look at all of the people in this cult. Mama D was told to stop taking her meds. You understand? She was told by Nature Boy to stop taking her meds. They testified to that. He told her to stop taking her meds. You know why? Because they were recruiting people online. They're supposed to be living off the land, and somehow they're still using the internet. And they were trying to recruit, and her taking her medications made the cult look bad because of this stuff he was pushing out about, eating fruits and drinking tea and hot water and all this other stuff. And so, regardless, everybody, if that's the case, anyone could have just made a choice there. But there's no natural healing for certain conditions like that. She just needed her medication. She was found dead a month after showing up in the cult, in the tent. And to make matters worse, because you said you know the entire story, then you should know they took her clothes off. They sent her to the morgue naked. And then Nature Boy tried to hold her personal effects away from her children. So explain, why would he not send her ID, her passport, all of her items back to the daughter? That's beside the point. Whether you believe in it or not, he's not a doctor. Nature Boy is not a licensed physician. He doesn't have the authority to tell someone to stop taking medications that's for their heart. Life-saving medication for her heart to continue to function. So natural healing is not going to work in every situation. That's unrealistic. This is not a utopian society. You're talking about people who didn't study medicine and it sound like they even passed science, trying to tell people how to live, and actually came to a cult with STDs. They thought that natural healing worked with STDs too. And she stopped taking her meds, listening to him. I think he may have hit him. I think one of them stated that he may have hit the medication. But she stopped taking the meds and she died. And the way they treated her after she died is what's disgusting even the more. He had no right to tell her to stop taking it. Now, if she decided she stopped taking it is one thing. He told her to stop taking it. That's not for him to say. He has no place in that. He had no authority to do that. He's not a doctor. So, no, whether he had a weapon or not is irrelevant. It's a cult. Why treat her body like crap and send her to the morgue naked? Why did he pretend like you didn't know her? He pretend like he didn't know her when she died. Are you kidding? It's a cult. Whether you have a weapon or not, it's about control. So if he took her medication and hid it, that, I mean, hiding it is enough in and of itself. I don't know. I try to get people to understand, this art of debate. I enjoy this. But explain why he wouldn't want to return her personal effects to her children. How was that right? And I'm not arguing. Trust me, I'm not, Francisca. Y'all know I don't argue. Because I can out debate the best of them all on their best day and my worst. Explain why he would not want to return her personal effects to her daughters. Why would they send her to the morgue naked? Why would he want to turn around and pretend like he didn't know her? All I said is go read the information about the sentencing structure. Read the appellate court documents. If you know about this whole case, then you should have read the court documents too. That's a part of learning and understanding what's happened here. I read the case, but I didn't just watch the hearing. I read the court documents. I've watched these videos. I've watched the interview that the daughters did. Jesus can heal anything, but Nature Boy doesn't know how to heal stuff. Exactly. Taking her medications and hiding it, it's not some natural holistic way of doing anything. You're taking someone's medication, life-saving medication, and hiding it. You're telling her not to take the meds and then keeping her from taking them by hiding them. And then withholding her personal effects when she died and you found her dead in a tent. And when you found her deceased in the tent, not only did he try to pretend like he didn't really know her, he tried to keep her personal effects away from her children. And that cannot be explained. Period. He's exactly where he is because that's where he belongs. In jail for the rest of his life. Plus 10 years. He's not getting out. Exactly. Yeah, sometimes we just have to have the friendly banter. I enjoy this. Y'all know I'm not arguing. I'm looking forward to Superman tonight. Let's get back to it.
You wasn't born and raised there. You don't have no family there. You don't have nothing there to help you.
Telling the truth.
But a bunch of other folks that's not from there. Come on, Val, wake up, man. Wake up. Wake up, Val.
He's still
wake
trying
up.
to reach out to the daughter.
Wake up. All of y'all need to take this opportunity while y'all got the chance. He not there to give orders, but y'all enslaving each other.
Exactly, Story.
Get out. I hope you wake up, Val. I hope you wake up, chick. I love you. I just hope I'm praying for you, and I hope you wake up.
3 weeks after being arrested, the Nicaraguan authorities finally agreed to free Nature Boy. But his release will come with one stipulation. He will have to leave the country immediately. Eliana got in touch with Kaja to ask her for help.
He needed a plane ticket like before, the end of the business day. And then they would let him out. So, I was contacted and they said, will you buy us a ticket?
Nature Boy had them drinking his sperm. He had them drinking and ingesting his sperm. You understand how disgusting that is, especially when you have STDs. It was speculated that he may have had HIV, and he's got them drinking his sperm. He is where he is for the rest of his life, plus 10 years. And that's where the hell he belongs.
Buy a ticket for Chief and to go to the States because he was getting deported. He just needed to go to the States. So they had, they had a certain place they needed to go to meet with the lawyers and things here stateside. And so
I know, right? What's wrong with her lip? Y'all see her lip?
They met me in San Francisco.
Amid Nature Boy's release, once again rumors began to circulate. This time, the rumor was that Nature Boy had warrants in the United States for abusing an underage family member.
The nigga got a warrant over here from one of his little cousins. The nigga was abusing minors in America. He was sexually abusing minors in Costa Rica, kept doing it, and then got knocked abusing a minor in Nicaragua.
Pops would get wrapped up in the misinformation bubble as well. He would get online and urge people to contact Customs and Border Patrol to inform them of Nature Boy's warrants.
If he here in the United States, y'all, like they say, then let's make sure our Customs and Border Patrol agents know
that
he here and that he shouldn't leave until the investigation is done in the United States. Let's do that. Customs and Border Patrol. That's what he got to get through to leave again. I don't know if he was extradited or what.
Oh, that was Young Pharaoh talking about HIV. But see, he never denied it either. I mean, he never denied it. He was challenged to take a test and he wouldn't do it. But I'm sure when he went to jail for the rest of his life plus 10 years, he had no choice. Because they're going to test you for everything. They'll draw your blood out and all that other stuff. But he did have other STDs. Y'all, the women were walking around with trichomoniasis. We posted up that information earlier up in the chat. I mean, a couple people came there with syphilis. One of the girls came there with trichomoniasis. I mean, it's a parasite. And it's a sexually transmitted, infection. So they all had something at some point, but I don't know. It was never confirmed whether it was like an HIV or anything like that, but they definitely had STDs. And people were talking about, oh, well, we came here and we feel it's a state of mind. It's a mucus body thing. It's called getting an antibiotic. I mean, God, the STDs flowing through that was thick. You can imagine how they all smell. Many of these people were diseased. Exactly. So gross. Velvet had 2 more children after Nature Boy. Apparently no STD. Whatever she had, she got treated for. They had STDs at the actual in the coat. The young lady, that's why I say you have to grow up early up in the stream. Look at episode 17. One of the ladies came there with trichomoniasis. That is an STD. And they were all sleeping with each other. And Velvet did have an STD. She just got treated for it. So, yeah, she did. It's so gross, y'all. Maximum Young Pharaoh is Tompkins County Jail for public intoxication bond 2000. You gonna help him out? Man, y'all better leave him in there. Young Pharaoh is in jail. Leave him in there. He got to get himself together. Oh my God, I vomit. Yeah, it's this lady's lip. It's the lady's lip that's just doing it for everybody right now. That lady buying the land. It's so whatever that thing is, it could be like a cyst or something. I don't know, but or mole. Maybe it's a mole. Maybe it's a mole. I don't know. It's just so gross. It's just right there.
I just know one thing. They beg for a lot of money. They got it. And over there, in those places, money talk, bullshit walk. Trust me. Be right back where he started at. Let's make sure he don't get away. Eligio Bishop is going to prison.
Nature Boy, Eliana, and the baby would stay in a hotel in San Francisco with Kaja. The rest of the group stayed in Nicaragua, waiting for Nature Boy to instruct them on what the plans will be moving forward. Nobody outside the group would hear anything from Nature Boy until 3 days after his release. He will ultimately go live from the hotel, describing his 3-week ordeal.
That shit was crazy what I went through, man. Like, I want to let y'all know everything that happened to me. My haters, as usual, they done this to me in Mexico. They done this to me in Belize. So they
He keeps saying haters like, people care about him. It's the actions. It's what you're doing. I'm sorry. How does anyone feel about him grabbing his daughter by the leg while he physically attacks Eliana? Not only was it heard on camera, but cult members testified to that. While he had the baby by the leg in one hand and he's fighting Eliana in the other hand. That in and of itself is like 25 years in prison, mama. Just disgusting. I will not excuse the behavior for any reason at all. Nature Boy can kiss my ass. He's exactly where he belongs for doing that to the baby.
He called the police. They sent the video of me saying I touched my son touched my penis, and they sent the videos.
You said he did.
All kind of stuff. You know how they make me look online. They sent
you can't make this up.
Nicaragua was alarmed by that, and they have to make sure. So they take me to this political prison, and 24-hour lockdown.
I understand, Maddie.
I was treated like their worst prisoners. As soon as I got there, I was fingerprinted. I was put in this little cage. I mean, the cage was like, if you sit here, the cage is literally like this big. Like, it's literally insane how little that cell was. So, I had no warrants in any countries at all. They illegally held me because I did not have any charge at all. What took me so long to get out is because the lawyer had to find a judge that would sign my release. The judges would deny it because there was...
His understanding of law is based on U.S. law, while he dogs out the United States for being Babylon. But his understanding of the law is based on U.S. law. He's not caring about the fact that you're in another country where they have their own laws. They don't have to uphold U.S. laws. And we don't have to uphold their laws. They're a sovereign nation. They get to create their own laws. What are you talking about?
Saying that America, and I don't know, I'm pretty sure they explained everything to y'all. But I'm sitting in the cell and I'm
he don't know.
I'm literally like going through it like, wow, I'm being persecuted for nothing. I really didn't do these things and I'm being persecuted for nothing. I was in there meditating,
law is based on being an
I caught an
inmate.
ulcer in my stomach. I'm still getting over right now. I'm taking probiotics. I'm drinking aloe vera juice. This shit hurt. Anybody that had an ulcer, you know how it feels.
You want an ulcer?
So after 3 weeks, obviously, they come to me and they say they're deporting me. And I'm saying, okay, y'all gonna deport me? How can you deport me? Am I banned from this country now? They said, no, you're not banned. We just want you to leave. And they basically wanted me to leave because of the accusations. They didn't know how to deal with me. They didn't know how to respond to the circumstances. That they just told me to leave. And I left and I got on the first flight and I'm in the States now. And for all you that don't know, if you have a warrant in the States and you come into the country at immigration, they pick you up. I don't have any charges. Obviously, I'm out. I'm here in America, in the United States of America. There is no charges. There is no warrants. I would be locked up right now. You cannot get into the United States with a warrant.
Nature Boy would only stay in the States for about a week.
You can get in. They just gonna
Since
lock
the
you
first
up.
day he and Eliana arrived, she began showing signs of jealousy towards Kaja. Things would come to a head the first night they arrived.
He got in the shower, you know, and like the door was partially like open, so like because he calls to her and like has her get him his towel or his soap or whatever he wants, and then all of a sudden she just like stood up straight and just stared at the wall.
Pause. Why would she be jealous of her? Was Nature Boy trying to have a polygamous relationship with her and Eliana? I thought he didn't. You had to be black with him. Am I missing something here? What is that on her lip, Lord? It's the lip. It's the lip. God, it's gross.
Like, stood there and I was like, "Are you all right?" She started flipping out. saying she didn't want to be there anymore, and he might as well just be with me.
That looks like herpes.
You know, grabbed the baby in her arm and ran out to the hallway and started punching holes in the wall. That was the first hint that she was gonna start changing, you know, now that I think that, you know, Chief was out.
Eliana would eventually calm down, and Kaja decided to let the situation go. But later that night, she would find herself in another awkward situation.
I was trying to go to sleep, and, you know, I assumed they were gonna go to sleep.
It's like two
and
bumps.
Little baby Eliana, she was like crying and carrying on. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. You know, I'm laying over on my bed. You know, they're on their bed with.
Y'all can't forget, these people came into this cult with STDs thinking that he could heal them. That was one of the punchlines for this stupid cult, was that Nature Boy could heal them somehow with his diet plan. There's two bumps, y'all. It looks like it's dried up and hard. It's not a mole. It's not a mole. Like it may have been filled with some and burst or something like that. Now it's dried up and hard. It's so gross.
You know, whining baby Eliana. And I started hearing slurping and moaning fucking noises, dude. And I was like, at first I was thinking, is that the baby nursing on Nana, or what am I hearing exactly? But then, you know, 5 seconds later, you know, like, you know, and it's like, oh my God, are you freaking serious? So I got up and, like, you know, started like pacing back and forth, like, because I was just trying to like give them the hint, like, stop it, you know, there's people awake watching you, you know. And he was like, oh, hell no, what? I can't get my dick sucked? I was like, ew, you do that in front of the baby?
Just 6 days after being released from the...
Stop it, you know, there's people, stop it, you know, there's Anna. And then I started hearing slurping and moaning fucking noises, dude. And I was like, at first I was thinking, is that the baby nursing on Nana, or what am I hearing exactly? But then, you know, 5 seconds later, you know, like, you know, and it's like, oh my God, are you freaking serious? So I got up and, like, you know, started like pacing back and forth, like, because I was just trying to like give them the hint, like, stop it, you know, there's people awake watching you, you know. And he was like, oh, hell no, what? I can't get my dick sucked? I was like, ew, you do it in front of the baby?
Yeah, he did.
Just 6 days after being released from the Nicaragua jail,
to the mothers
Nature Boy, along with Eliana, Kaja, and the baby, headed back to Central America.
He deserves that time.
Their destination was Panama, where they had already booked the Airbnb just outside of Panama City.
Oh my God,
Nature Boy instructed the group to meet them at the house in Panama, but since they would have to drive through Costa Rica, he would have to book a flight for Tron. At this point, Tron was now the person that had been with Carbonation the longest. Besides Eliana, he was the only member that had been arrested with the group in Costa Rica. And just like Nature Boy, Tron was also banned from the country. Nature Boy met Tron at the airport, and together they went to the rental house. Driving from Managua to Panama City was going to take the group about 19 hours, depending on traffic. So the plan was just to get some rest and relax at the house until the group arrived. But things wouldn't go according to plan. Once at the house, Eliana would once again go into a rage over her jealousy of Kaja. Tron recorded the entire incident, and Nature Boy would go live a short time later, showing everybody what happened.
She's trying to leave out the door with the baby. She's trying to get out the door so she can run up the block with the baby in the middle of the night. And I'm trying to keep my daughter safe at this point because I know her episodes. It's the last time.
What is there to be jealous of? The woman had a whole nation living on her lip. What are you jealous of? I thought he didn't date white people. Like, what is the deal? I thought he was racist here. I thought you had to have melanin. He's like a more perverted version of Umar. I thought you had to have melanin. Why am I so confused at why this Kaja person is somebody that Eliana is jealous of? What the heck is wrong with her?
I'm done, bro. I'm done with her, bro. Completely, bro. It's over, my. She punched me in my
face and everything.
Can't make this stuff.
And that's why all of the jokes say that about you. It's always said that about you. Leave me the fuck alone.
Why she gonna bite me on my back now, bro? You see how shit in my face, bro? She just punched the shit out of me, bro. She bite me. She tried to bite a chunk out my back, man. She just tried to bite a chunk out my back, bro. I got a bite mark on my back, bro.
You see how he does with her holding the baby?
I'ma kick you in your balls. Like, that's what she just threatened me to do. I'm seeing this shit, bro. You see this shit, bro?
Let her go.
I'm about to kick the shit out of you if you don't let me go. Leave me alone. You don't want to keep on that talking shit. You don't want to let me out. No.
Just let her go. She's doing all this screaming. Just let her go. Just let her go. This is so stupid.
I'm not taking her back ever, man. Just listen. All that screaming.
This is so insane.
This back and forth drama between Nature Boy and Eliana would prove to be too much for Kaja. The next morning, she decided to leave and head back to the U.S. She told Nature Boy her plan to buy the land for the group wasn't going to happen.
He thought that he was like really pulling one over on me. I think by the end of it, he was like, "You're my wife. You have to do this for me."
What?
I was like, "I ain't your wife. I'm not. This is not a husband-wife relationship at all."
Nature Boy and Eliana once again settled their differences. And not long after Kaja left, Nature Boy would go live letting everyone know they were still together.
We good. She back.
He won't let her go. He back if she leaves.
Cooking me pancakes right now. She back. We talk. No.
He's an idiot.
It is what it is.
Now you telling me he's not holding somebody hostage?
They laughing.
He could have let her go.
It's like, this shit is real, like,
y'all.
You know, we had a long ass talk, like, and I told her, like, look, man, it ain't never a circumstance where you need to react like that, because I'm like,
what we just witnessed. Okay, so here's the question: was any of that okay? I'm just saying. I'm just gonna go back to show this. I'm not gonna play it, but is this okay here? What we're seeing? Him not letting her go, refusing to let her leave the house or the apartment, wherever they at. How is this okay? This is what they had gone through so many times, but you got to remember, what if he let her leave? What if he let her leave? Why continue to force people to stay if they're trying to leave? She wants to go, and you think that she's going to endanger the baby. Guess what? He could have called the police. He could have said, this girl's left. She has a baby with her. I believe that the baby is going to be in danger. They don't have anywhere to go, nothing to do. What is he doing? He's steadily putting his hands on her. He's trying to block her from leaving. You know, he's talking about, give me the baby. He can't take care of her, the baby either. He doesn't care. He's got 3 other kids out there he's not taking care of. So he really doesn't care. But he could have let her go and said, okay, as soon as she leaves, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to call the police. The baby's in danger. That's how that could have gone without him putting a hand on her. So make this make sense to me. All of this is what they consider and factor in when they're giving testimony. When he's charged, they're showing a pattern of behavior. All of that is considered in the sentencing. All of this was played in the court.
And not long after Kaja left, Nature Boy would go live, letting
He
everyone
got
know
3 other
they
kids.
were
He
still
didn't
together.
do all of this with the other kids.
She back.
This is crazy.
Cooking me pancakes right now.
Making him food.
She back. We
She didn't
talk.
kick her or anything.
No.
You can't make this.
It is what it is. Everybody laugh. They laughing. They laughing. It's like, this shit is real. Like, you know, we had a long ass talk. Like, and I told her, like, look, man, it ain't never a circumstance where you need to react like that, because I'm like easy to talk to. I'm a grown ass man. Like I'm
It's
like
not easy to talk to.
you don't have to go there with me. And I think in her mind she be thinking like when I say something like with me like I be firm about what I say, but I'm real open minded, so my mind will change easily. So like if a woman might look at me and be like, oh, when he say something he mean it, and then like she be thinking that, but she could charm me easily to do what she want me to do. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes she don't think she could do that. And I'm thinking like, yo, number one, when you feel like you're not getting your way, it's never the option to throw everything that we have away and wild the fuck out.
During the live stream, Nature Boy would be caught off guard when the rest of the group finally made it to the house.
Hey, the family here, yo. We got a little treat. I'm about to go outside right now and see the family for the first time. It's been like a month. Some change I ain't seen. They finally here. I'm about to meet up with the family right now.
They all abandoned their children. Yep. He's got 3 other kids and about 3 different women.
That's what's up. Yo, we back. We back.
He only used this baby to have a hold over Eliana, because he had 3 other children with 3 other women. Let's not forget about the girl from Wafflegate. And then the 2 boys that he had before he started the cult. Did you see him fighting for his other children this hard? Oh, you going out with my daughter. It's my daughter. You taking my baby. What about the other 3 kids you have? Why did you kick out the girl that was pregnant because she wanted to eat a waffle? Can someone explain that? Explain why he would kick out a woman that is pregnant with his child because she was eating a waffle she needed to eat. If you know about this whole story, you understand the Wafflegate thing, right? So explain that. I'm trying to, in my mind, trying to make sense of this. Why kick someone out who's pregnant simply because she's trying to eat a waffle? So that was okay? Let's make sense of this. This is the same person we're talking about here that is now serving life in jail plus 10 years. But yet when it came to Eliana, you're trying to take my baby from me. Never mind the other 3 kids. Never mind the girl he kicked out on the street. She didn't want to leave. He kicked her out. But he's trying to block Eliana from leaving, trying to force her to stay. Make sense of that?
Yeah.
You can't make this up.
Yeah, man. What's up, boy? In call ass.
No, this is insane.
What up, boy?
Because he act like one. He does.
You got your eyes red, like, good? Yeah, I'm straight.
There we go.
Have you been reading? What's up? What's up, man?
Oh.
How y'all been, man? Oh, you gain weight.
They ate food.
What up, boy? You good?
Use the food to keep them hostile.
Good to see you again, man. What's up?
Oh, you can eat food. Yeah. Call it a meal.
Hey, Love Gang. And we live too right now. Hey, close the doors. I'm gonna do it right now. Oh, no, actually park it right over here. This the owner's dogs. Hey, that's what it is. I appreciate it. Yes. Well, we're back, man. Ain't nobody taking us apart no more. When I got locked up, I was like, damn, I'm glad I got locked up. It's reset.
And I went back to when I originally started by myself. I was laying there and I just felt like I was in my head, I was in that room in Atlanta. In my head, I literally, that's the place I was at. I was in that room. When I was locked up, I immediately went to the room in Atlanta that I used to be in. You know what I'm saying? And I was there because that was the last time I was by myself.
It's all good, man. It's called healthy debate. There's good people who, you know, just for you all to understand, there are people just they're not gonna agree with things, right? I'm not here to force them to think the way I think. Now, things that are just factually based, I don't debate that. But opinions and beliefs on, you know, the character and the morality of these individuals like this, yeah, we can debate that. But the evidence is overwhelming. I mean, he was a horrible person because of the things that he did. And because of the things that he should have done and didn't do. Like take care of his other kids. Like not kick out a girl that was pregnant with your baby before Eliana came along. You know, he didn't care.
I think. You know what I'm saying? So it just took me back to that place, being in that cell, took me back to that place in Atlanta. And I was literally laying there like I used to lay in Atlanta and start. And I went back there, I was like, wow, and it just made me put everything in perspective, what I was doing and why I'm doing it.
The universe put me in jail so that I can be exonerated. But when I got out, it was obvious, without a shadow of a doubt, that those were allegations and not truth. And it made all my haters look stupid, but they still running their mouth. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm glad I got locked up. Jail is what leader that was making a change in life was in jail. Martin Luther King, Malcolm, anybody that ever was leaders. Nelson Mandela was in jail 40 fucking years. Anybody that ever made change went to jail. Jail is part of the journey. When you are part of the transition of this human consciousness. So jail is part of it.
Oh. Shining bright, shining bright, shining bright. We'll walk up to the sun.
I don't know if that song is copyrighted. I can't do it. If the song is copyrighted, no.
Shining bright.
Still playing.
Aya and Ra were both still Nature Boy's wives. Group getting back together. Eliana would lash out again. And for the same reason as all the times before. It was over polygamy. Aya and Ra were both still Nature Boy's wives. And Eliana wanted him to let them go.
He was not legally married to.
Nature Boy called a meeting addressing the issue.
Polygamy is natural. That's nature. We teach it, we stand on it, we live it. Eliana, your behavior has been less than that. And it gotta stop, or we gotta separate our ways from here.
Well, we just gonna separate. Let's separate our ways then.
Fine. Then we're gonna separate our ways. Because we gotta get back to what we doing. You understand? You can't say I didn't try. The world can't say I didn't try. We tried. Y'all supported me. And I appreciate that. But at this point, we gotta go our separate ways.
Okay, let it go then.
And it is what it is.
Let it go.
Hey, y'all good? Low entities feed off this vibration right here, and then once we let this go, it's gonna be peace. The behavior here has to match. If it doesn't match, then we have to go our separate ways.
Yeah,
we're
only
trying
because
to
we got
teach
options now.
truth and open ourselves for challenge and everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? And keep building that, and this relationship has held it back.
Let her go.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just time to move forward. You know what I'm saying? Time to move forward. That's it. All of our problems have been through this behavior. We've extended ourselves to help, support, cut our hair. We here, bro. We here for Eliana. Like, we here for her. Like, we want to show the world that we don't just give up on people. Stress is one thing. I'm exhausted. I'm past, like, stress. Like, I've exhausted all options. All, you know what I'm saying? I gave all I could. And so I could let go because I gave all I could. Okay, she gotta start running from herself, but she don't realize she's running from herself. But like I said, man.
Can I use your phone to make a phone call?
Yeah, the other phone.
You talking about the other phone call? Where use your phone, Sheba. Where you want us to take you, Eliana? How far is the airport? That's a good question. I'm gonna look at the closest. That's like in the city, right? I would imagine the closest one would be Panama City because it's the biggest city. Well, check out to see which one the closest one. Because it's like 3 of them. Let's see.
Now they go.
Was over officially after I got punched in the face.
Never.
I knew that it would take a lot for her to get back where she needed to be, and I knew that eventually I know her behavior, I knew the pattern. So inevitably, I knew it was over after that. As soon as she punched me in my face, bit me on my.
Never mind him punching her in the face while he's holding the baby by the leg. Get the F out of here.
Back, I was like, oh no, it's over.
You can't make this stuff up.
I think that we got rid of something that was holding us back in a lot of ways, and that's a good thing.
Oh my God. That's the end of that one, y'all. So you all let me know what you think of 17 and 18. I'm telling you all, this gets better and better. It gets so much better. It gets, you start to see more of the controlling, abusive nature. You start to see a whole lot more come through as the episodes go on, and it just gets far worse. Unfortunately, he let her go. Now, we'll see in the next episode how long that lasts. So I don't know what's on his chin. This is why people were speculating that he had HIV, because he had patches and stuff of discoloration of the skin. You know, he didn't have like the purple blotches, like Kaposi sarcoma sort of thing when you have HIV/AIDS. It wasn't something like that, but he did have these patches of discoloration and stuff. It could have been the trichomoniasis or something, whatever it's called, that parasite infection, the STI. And if you guys want to read about that, I've posted the link to that information earlier up in the chat. And we got episode 19 and 20 we're going to do in the next watch party. I have a live that we're going to be hopping into regarding Candace Owens. And I'll schedule the next watch party for Nature Boy episode 19 and 20 for hopefully next week. I want to do it. I want to do it on Monday, but it's, you guys know how it is when it comes to me working. So if not Monday, definitely Tuesday, but I'll schedule it. We'll get it done. This has been a lot of fun. And I just, like I said, I want you all to pay attention to the behavior, the things that he says and does, his actions. You know, you guys see he's very controlling and domineering. His behavior is erratic, very unstable. You know, then the polygamy, it's just more just sexual depraved behavior. You know, and his control on women, and then taking advantage of them. He was hoping that this lady, he was trying to call that lady his wife just so she could buy some land. And she had to tell him flat out, I'm not your wife. I'm not your wife. She's not. But look at what he was trying to do just to get her, you know, to buy some land. It's crazy. So, all right. Y'all got to go over to the live regarding Candace Owens and the Candy Asses. But I will see you all over there. Thank you all so much for tuning in. You guys make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Leave your thoughts below. We may not always agree on everything, but we do try to have some dialogue and conversation so that, you know, we can at least some information can be shared, and then you guys, we can have an exchange of ideas. It's always healthy to have healthy debates. No arguments here, but healthy debates. Please understand, I will win. All right. Until the next one, you guys take care, and I will see you in the next one. Lady Luck Club out.